Good morning, neighbor. How are you? I'm in a fun mood this morning. We're just going to have a little fun. And I'm going to start with my own self. Newfangled things to this vintage fella that's talking to you. I just rented a car. At the time we're making this video, I just got back from a trip to Langdale, Alabama, which is part of Valley, Alabama now, for a reunion of the Mill Village there. And so I decided to rent a car instead of taking my own car. Now, honey, this world has got too new for me. You know you don't even have a key to crank a car up anymore. And they showed me how to crank that thing, just a starter button. Kind of like you're going to get on the elevator. Just mash the button. I get home, though, and I mash that button and it don't crank. And I mash that button and it don't crank. I called the rental place and I said, listen, I know this thing's supposed to start on a button, but I'm mashing this button and it's not doing anything. And that poor fella, he, in a voice that said to me, I've made this speech before. He said, Mr. Oldham, if you'll take your left foot and mash your brake down, and if you'll take your right pointer finger and put it on that button and mash that down, if you'll do those two things at the same time, that car will take you anywhere you want to go. Mashing the brake to start a car? Seriously? I mashed the brake, hit the button, and the car cranked. What? Have I lived that long? I have lived long enough to be the dinosaur that I used to think my daddy was. I remember talking on the telephone. Where's my phone? Mama had a long cord on her phone in the kitchen, and I sat in the closet on top of piles of garbage bags to talk to my fiance. Nowadays, you carry these little rascals around in your pocket. Never thought I'd live to see any of that. Well, okay, y'all laughing at me now. That's all right. I'm learning as I go. I'll still be learning this world when I go to see Jesus. I'm convinced of that. Having fun, though, isn't it? You look back. I wrote a song. I'm going to recite it. Not going to sing it for you. Don't want to make the walls cave in or anything. But believers having fun. Christians having fun. I'm so tired of people telling me Christians don't know how to have fun. It might interest you folks out in the world to know you're not the only ones who can have a belly laugh, get tickled and grin, but we can do that without committing sin. We don't have to drink, do drugs, or cuss, because the funniest things that happen at church. For example, I rode with a group of folks that was in a group. I wasn't singing with them, but I went with them. They were going to a little country church, and there was a fellow at this country church that read the scripture and said, greet the brethren with the holy kiss. He took that seriously. If he saw you in church, you're going to get a peck on the cheek. You could count on him. So they had a new fellow driving the bus this night. You got a picture of this fellow. I'll call him Bob. Big burly man, had a beard, like a mountain man, just strong. But he could play that piano. He could tickle the ivory like anybody except my mama. And he was close to her, but not quite. And he's driving the bus. Everybody made up among themselves to kind of hang back and let him be up front first off the bus, because they knew this fella, if he was at church, he was coming on that bus, and everybody was going to get a peck on the cheek. We pulled up that church, and sure enough, there he was. One of them pointed and said, there he is, right there, watch him. Here he comes up that hill. And he comes on that bus, and old Bob reaches out with his hand like he's going to shake his hand. He said, hello, brother, and took his hand, and he reached in and went, mwah, and just planted the kiss right on his cheek. Went on about his business. Old Bob just sat there. Blank look on his face. That fella got off the bus. Everybody's waiting to see what Bob was going to say. He turned around and he said, he kissed me. And we just roared. Oh, you could have fun in church. My pastor for many years at Midway Baptist Church was Charlie Bohannon. My daddy was the music director. And they kept something going all the time at one another. And you never knew when it was going to hit. And you could believe this, it was going to be funny. Try this at church sometime. Sunday night service. Daddy just got done leading music. He's fixing to sit down. Brother Charlie skips up to the pulpit real quick and he says, "Here, we come back up here just a minute, buddy. Would you? Come in and stand with me just a minute." Daddy had that uh-oh look on his face, but he went back up there and he stood next to Brother Charlie, who just threw his arm around Daddy and looked at him, and the look on his face said, "Gotcha, sucker," again. Daddy just kind of looked at the floor and shook his head a little bit. He was smiling. The look on his face said, "Lord, help me, Jesus. Here I go again." And Brother Charlie said, "I want everybody under the sound of my voice to stop what you're doing right now and take a good long look at your music director here. You ain't done it in a while. Take a real good look at it." Now, honey, even the note writers and the paper airplane makers on the back row sat up and looked straight ahead. I know they did because I was one of them. Everybody wanted to hear whatever this was going to be. And Brother Charlie standing there with his arm around my daddy's shoulders. And he said these words right here. He said, "You ever notice this fellow's ears?" He said, "You know, his ears make his head look like a big Cadillac car going down the middle of Highway 29 with both front doors wide open, don't it? Don't it?" We almost had to dismiss church. You'd have thought a Pentecostal meeting broke out in there, the way folks were rolling around on the floor and laughing and stomping and carrying on. What? You don't have that kind of fun at your church? Tell me the name of it, please. I don't want to go there. You're offended by this? Oh, grow up. Have some fun. We live in a world that wants to just grind you to powder over the least little thing. But when I grew up, we could have fun in church. You're going to hear a lot about the fun we had as we go along in these little series. I ain't even started. Well, I won't go there. I ain't started on Sunday school teachers. I ain't started on folks like me that used to do silly things. But you can rest assured we're going to have some fun. Now, I want you to do something for me. If you watch these little videos and if they're fun to you, like it, would you? And subscribe to what we're doing. Don't cost you a dime, but it helps build up viewership, which could help me in the long run. And do me another favor. Maybe you got a story from church you'd like to share. I ain't hard to find. You can leave your story in the comments, or you can get in touch with me. Coming up not too long from now, I'm hoping to have a specific way that you can use to get in touch with me and send me anything you need to send me in the way of a story. I will tell your story. Won't use your name unless you tell me to. But I really enjoy telling these stories. We need to remember the people that we loved and the people that we worshiped with and the people we had fun with. We don't ever need to have them be forgotten. And as long as I'm breathing, neighbor, they're not going to be. You hear me? You have a great day now. Thank you for coming. We'll be back real soon with another video, and we'll have a little more fun. Y'all have a great day now. I love every one of you. Bye-bye.